So I'm just warming up some pasta so that even though we're doing buffet, I like to make sure that the food is nice and hot. So we call this just warming it up a la menu at that minute. And so we are ready to plate this. Can I get a half pan, please? A disposable half pan?
It's not often you see the chef wearing a priest's collar in the kitchen of a busy restaurant.
I think the most important thing is to know that we are dealing with something very precious and delicate, and that is feeding people. And it really is a great gift. That's why Jesus showed his presence feeding people. And when we do that, we show love. Yes, egg rolls for 5 minutes. Make sure you time that, please. I don't want it to burn. All right, we're ready to just put these out. Now these are definitely hot enough.
Father Leo Patalinghug is not your regular priest.
Keep the rest
fast-talking.
Actually, I'll do it right now. I'm doing it. I've got my hands in it.
Fast-moving.
Okay, y'all.
And with a passion for food.
Tastes so good, right?
And in his new bistro restaurant in downtown Baltimore, it's also a place where Father Leo wants different worlds to collide. The well-off customers and the staff he employs.
We just need it because, I mean, this thing isn't doing much for me.
Father Leo employs those who have been in prison and need a second chance in life, or those from disadvantaged backgrounds who need a helping hand.
Chicken looks good. It's cooked, finally.
Father Leo's fun. He is nice at times.
At times?
There
he is over there. 22-year-old Emmanuel is one of those employees who grew up in a dangerous neighborhood right here in Baltimore.
We always wanted to try to be a chef, and I guess this is just getting closer towards that step, you know. School really wasn't really my thing back in the day. I was a troubled kid, you know, like wasn't really focused. Just had my mind focused on all the wrong things.
What are the wrong things?
Streets, girls, drugs.
So you taking drugs as well?
Yeah. All type of drugs. It gets dark, man. Every night is somewhere around here, somebody getting shot. And the life that I was living, I was pretty much either going to ended up in jail or dead. If I didn't change it, I was going to be dead or in jail. One day, I just had this realization of if I keep going down this path, I'm going to amount to nothing.
The idea for the restaurant was born in the back of a truck, a food truck.
You know, on this truck, it's a mobile kitchen.
Yes, so you hear everything bashes and bangs.
Listen, when we first got it, we didn't realize that we can actually close that door. And sometimes when we hit a speed bump, it honestly sounded like the end of the world.
The former mail truck, now a food truck, has become a regular sight around Baltimore's more underprivileged neighborhoods, dishing out full plates of food and faith.
By the way, this is where we sometimes service. I'm going to just pull over just for a quick second.
And again, Father Leo's employees on the truck are former convicts or those who need a helping hand in life. And unfortunately, here in Baltimore, there are many.
In a part of the city that is so close to the financial area, but just right outside a couple blocks, there are a lot of homeless camps. There's a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol. Right behind us is the jail.
Does it ever get disheartening, Father Leo, when you do the best you can, you do so much, you put your heart and soul into this and your money as well, getting things like the food truck, but the problem doesn't seem to be getting any better?
No, sometimes it feels like it's getting worse, and it just really reminds me that what we're doing is we're just putting a Band-Aid on a situation, but maybe if with just one of our staff members we can get to the core of their wound and heal them, we know that it can change their life.
What is that wound? What is there at the core of it that is broken?
For every person, we've discovered that it's a little different, but really, ultimately, it comes to the experience of not being loved. They just don't know that it's okay to admit you're broken.
When Father Leo saw how successful the food truck was and how lives could be changed, he knew he wanted to help more people.
So in order to grow the food truck's efforts, we're going to use this restaurant space as our commissary, but also turn it into a place where we can keep people hired throughout the year and also continue to do our mission and also just bring people from all different backgrounds to celebrate around food, The mission of the nonprofit organization that I hold is the Table Foundation, and we say our mission is to harvest the power of food to do good.
So when Father Leo got the opportunity to rent this space in Baltimore's Little Italy, the Gastro-Social was born,
What do you all think of this place?
empowering others to see a different path in life.
It's got a real cool vibe to it.
He teaches us how to cook, but he also teaches us like other skills too, like communication. Because normally I'm like inside of a show. Like right now is I'm doing something I wouldn't normally do, is talking to you, you know, because I would have just been right here quiet. But working with Father Leo, he got me out of that show, made me get more comfortable talking to people. I always believed in God. I never got like too deep in my religion, but I always knew there was Jesus, you feel me, was always had my back. That's why I'm here today. A lot of my friends are in jail, some dead, and I'm here, no record, I've never been locked up. Like, you can't tell me that ain't Jesus.
Close by in the city of Washington, D.C., Stephen Albright is the executive chef in a popular restaurant called Cuba Libre, looking after around 50 staff in the restaurant. So Steve, this is the place.
Yeah, Cuba Libre restaurant, welcome.
Wow. He is a former employee of Father Leo's, who gave him a job and took a chance on him when no one else would, after he was released from prison.
I became incarcerated in 2007 for an assault. I went to prison for 6 years. I came out of prison 10 years ago, 2014. And 10 years later, I'm running a multi-million-dollar kitchen and an operation here at a restaurant. I was really hoping that someone would give me an opportunity just to wash dishes in a kitchen. Luna, how are you today?
Like so many others, after coming out of prison, he didn't see much hope until he met Father Leo.
What are we doing with this? I'm getting goosebumps still. Every time I talk about how God has worked in my life, just with the introduction of Father Leo, learning to forgive myself and learning that God forgave me.
If our spirit is broken, if we have anger in us, guess what shows up on here?
What is it, Father Leo, that makes this ministry so important to you?
For me as a Catholic priest, the most important thing that I have in my life is the Eucharist. It's food. And if I receive that, I'm supposed to, as Mom would say, become what I eat. And so I just know that offering food to those in need and also feeding those, not just who are hungry in body, but mind and soul, really changes people.
The body of Christ.
Never in my life did I think when you know, that I'd be standing here now in this kitchen as the boss.
Do you believe that this is God's doing, you here working today?
There's no other reason. I am here because of God. There is no other way. The future is to remain sober, stay close to God, you know, do the next right thing again, as always. Take care of my daughter, who's, you know, happily married and, you know, so forth.
And keep cooking.
And listen, you gotta eat.
In Baltimore and Washington, D.C., Colm Flynn, EWTN News In Depth.
Thank you all.